Hey, everybody, it's Maria from What's the Story with Maria? How's it going? Welcome to our show. Tonight is Tuesday, September 17th. We have two wonderful guests, Enrique and Samantha Harmon. Leo, hit that promo.
Yeah, I'm a big fish, small pond, days free and my nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. I'm as famous, I'm as famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our show. We're so glad you're here. I am nice and mellow. I was in Boston for a few days. It was great. We had the best time. Um, it was my sister's 60th birthday. It was about 2 weeks ago, but I was away then. She was away then. Anyway, so we celebrated it last night and the day before. And my cousin Rena threw a big party. Rena Berkey from Massachusetts. So she's going to pop on soon. But anyway, we had a wonderful time. So another shout out to my beautiful sister Carla, who I love more than anything. And I just want to tell her I love her. And I have the best family. We had the most wonderful time. Tiana was there, Rena's husband, Ron, who I adore, my uncle Nicky, who is my idol of my life. And he's 14 years older than me. So when he was a teenager, he used to take me everywhere. And I learned a lot from him. So um, my cousin Marisa was there, my niece Angelica, so many great people. By the way, my niece Angelica is a tarot card reader. She's really good at it, and she's been doing it for a while. And she lives in on the North Shore, so she tarot reads in Salem, Massachusetts. So she's going to come on with Dan Crowley, who is our astrology champ. They're going to work it out together. Maybe they're really busy now. It's going to be busy until after Halloween. So maybe November, something like that. They'll both come on and we'll have a great show. Speaking of things mystical, our beautiful Danielle Alexandria is here from Danielle Alexandria Alchemy. She is a medium. She's a spiritual guide. She does spirit animal readings. She does past life regressions, all kinds of amazing things. She talks to the other side, which is the quantum session, which is what I had. And I also gifted to many, many people for Christmas last year and birthdays. So if you are someone that loves that kind of stuff, which I do, and it just changes the way you look at the world and beyond, Danielle is your girl. So go visit her at DanielleAlexandriaAlchemy.com. Leo, you are on the ball there. Thank you, my love. So Leo just posted that. And Danielle's Instagram was hacked and all that stuff. So if you don't see her on Instagram, she is now on TikTok as well, while her Instagram is being corrected. And I know because I went through that with my Instagram, and it took a good amount of time. And I always think like these people that do all this hacking, why don't you just get a job? I have 4 of them. Just get one. That's it. I had to get that off my chest. Erin Willis. Hi, Erin. Oh, another reason to visit my favorite city. Yes, my love. Nice to see you. Annette Zito. Whoa, what's up, girl? How's Sugar doing? That's her dog, Sugar, who is so cute. She's beautiful. I love that dog. Yes, I can't stand it. These hackers are, I'm beyond, like, I turn into an old Italian lady when I think about this stuff. I want to, the old Italian ladies when we were kids and growing up in the North End, if we like made too much noise or we being lazy or sitting on the stoop, they threw a bucket of water out the window. That's it. They were like, whoosh. That's what I want to do to people sometimes. I just want to get a big bucket of water. And it's like, that's it. But anyway, Lori Towers, another lovely evening with friends. 'Tis you who is lovely, my friend Lori, and John Pietero, your beautiful husband and cohort in all things creative and beautiful. It's Tuesday. Howdy, Maria and Leo. Now, Leo, my friend, I'd like to bring Leo on because Leo can tell us about John and Lori. I can go on and on about John and Lori, but Leo, you are part of the machine.
I'm fanatical.
You're what?
I'm fanatical.
You are fanatical. That's what the word fan comes from. So
Mhm.
tell us all about Lori and John and what we need to know about those beautiful two people that are our friends.
They're lovely. That's all you really need to know. They're lovely. They're talented. And if you don't believe me, come Wednesday night to WFMU.org and give a listen on Beneath the Underground in Sheena's Jungle Room. Beneath the Underground is the program. And John and Lori will just rock your socks off.
Yeah,
The
it's
poetry,
amazing.
the blues, the history behind songs,
Yeah.
some cool oaks, some revelry, some wonderful choice words for our former president.
Oh yeah. Well,
And,
you know,
oh yeah, some wonderful fun stuff.
we
John
don't want.
gets riled up.
I know we don't want him to think we don't think of him every day. But
Yeah.
anyway, yes, that who shall remain nameless. But anyway, they're wonderful people and the music historians, and they also I got to thank them very much because they always give local singer songwriters a lot of airplay. And as one of those people, I really am so grateful. So thank you, because they
Such an
played.
eclectic choice of music that they have. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a journey that you take. It's a
Yeah.
journey, and you can listen to it the next day. Like I do that quite often because I can't listen to it that night I'm at work, but I listen to it the next day or the day after when I'm cooking, and it's really great.
My favorite part is when Lori teases John.
Oh yeah,
So
it's the
funny.
best.
I love it. They can't
Oh.
hear me laughing because of the radio and everything, but
Yeah.
they can feel it.
Of course. So Erin Willis says, "I'm here for that the Orange Menace." I'm right there with you, honey. And you know what? What we've been doing instead is channeling our energy into great things. And that's the reason why the two people that are with us tonight, I brought on, not just because I love them, because I do, and that they're both wonderful people that stay in the positive light of life, but because we all kind of have that in common. We're in it. We're in the thick of getting our girl elected. So before we do what, yes, we are making history. But before we do that, I want to talk briefly. I have something in my eye. I want to talk briefly about what's happening this weekend, which is one of my favorite things that happens in the city, and that is the Broadway show flea market. And oh, you're the best, Leo. I was just going to say, did I send that to you? I was like, oh, damn. And okay, thank you, honey. So we had Michael Carmen DeBianco last year on with us. He's so sweet. He works for, I love that guy. He works for Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. And he knows all about this, and he's been running it and helping to run it. So I text him. I'm like, send me that poster. So he did. So this, if you're just hanging out or if you're visiting the city this weekend, I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite things that happens in New York. This Sunday, September 22nd, in Schubert Alley, which is between 45th and 46th Street, and 8th Avenue and Broadway, right? There's like this little block. It's called Schubert Alley, where all the, hi, Rena Cugnali-Berge, my cousin from Massachusetts, is here. What a patty we had at your house last night, Aaron. What a patty.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you have what? Just a couple of snacks, just a little one or two, right?
A couple of snacks. We got a couple of pizzas. Rena was so great. My sister is allergic to vanilla. Can you believe it? How crazy is that? You can't really.
Kala.
I know. Kala's allergic to vanilla. God damn it. So Rena, that's my sister. I'm going to have to put her in one of my shows next time. I'm going to have to do a whole thing about my sister. But Rena made the amazing Rena Cugnali-Berge made a cake without vanilla. It was so delicious. It was like a lemon raspberry cake. It was so good. And I loved it. Rena, you are phenomenal. Let me just go back to, because you know me, I get distracted. So this Sunday from 10, I believe it's from 10 p.m. to 7 p.m. Yes, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. You could just walk around. All the Broadway shows have little booths out, and including Manhattan Association of Cabarets and Clubs, has a little booth, and a lot of the other unions do. And they sell all kinds of memorabilia, merch, a lot of signed stuff. You can really snag some incredible memorabilia, and also a lot of stars. Like if you go between, like either before the matinee or in between the matinee and at night, you're gonna meet a lot of famous people, and they just like are walking around like the rest of us, and they're sweet and they're signing autographs and they're just happy to be there. It's like a Broadway con, but it's a flea market. It's really wonderful. I can't say enough about it. And when I was in Tony and Tina's wedding, I used to run it. Me and my friend Chuck Santoro, we were the main people that used to run our stand for Tony and Tina's, and we used to do a lot of work for Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, and those were some of the best days of my life. So please go and support people. See you tomorrow night, says Gene Spees. Wow, Gene, yes, I'll be at the Duplex. That's wonderful. So anyway, go and support the Broadway show Flea Market, and I'm so happy that they're doing it again. I love it. I'm so grateful that I live in New York and I have these opportunities. So that's what's happening on this Sunday. Now, next Sunday, which is the 29th, there's an amazing event happening at the Stonewall Inn, and it's being run by our friend Enrique and Samantha Harmon. And I just recently found out about it, and I was like, you've got to come on the show and talk about it. It's called Hitting the High Notes, right, Leo? Highlights, I think. Oh, high notes. No, Hitting the High Notes. Hitting the High Notes, Harris Waltz and the DSCC. So what it is basically is a fundraiser, piano bar, big party. We're going to do postcards, all kinds of things. So I will have them come on. Why don't we bring on G first, Leo, if that's okay with you? Let's bring G Enrique on, who is so sweet. He was, by the way, they were our April person. Look at this. Now, oh, I can't hear you, Leo. You're muted. You're muted, honey. There you are. Okay.
Can we bring, because we have not celebrated our September
Oh,
person.
yes, please.
I would like to do that before we bring in the sexy Shakespearean model that we have.
Right. So this, go ahead. Go ahead. You want to bring this? Oh my God. So this is our friend Toby Blackwell, who is an amazing singer, comedian, and he also is a teacher. He's a great teacher. He's a tutor. He's an amazing guy, and he's a Harvard graduate, by the way. And if you can imagine, and also he was in the Navy. So thank you for your service, Toby. But Toby is also one of the biggest goofballs I've ever met in my entire life. So when I asked him to be in the calendar, I knew it was going to be good. And he said, okay, give me a little time. I'm going to go camping this weekend and I will take some pictures while I'm camping. And there you go. There you have it. He is grilling what looks like a hot dog there, or sausage of some sort. And he is sharing his enthusiasm for that with us. So there he is, a little side eye, I might add. Anyway, he's also one of the funniest Whitney Houston impersonators you could ever imagine. He did a lot. I directed one of his shows, or maybe two of his shows. And anyway, it's just really, really good stuff. So that's Toby Blackwell. We love him. We should have him back on the show soon, because it's been a while. And if you do hear dogs barking, it's because I'm at Judy's, and there are three. She has 3 dogs, and I have 1. So a lot of excitement in this house. A lot of canine excitement.
Now, should we bring in the hot live model that you were talking about?
Sure.
That Shakespearean, that regal,
yes,
music playing, beautiful man, beautiful person.
Our person of, look at this. What?
I remember it well.
Yeah,
I had a whole setup.
I know you did. You really went above and beyond.
I said it's Shakespeare's birthday and my birthdays too. So I said, you know what? We're going to get a cake. We're going to get a little skull.
Oh my God.
We're going to do a little Hamlet.
This is really, as far as art direction goes, you might have won the prize.
It's just an honor to be nominated.
Is that the actual Uric?
It is. Yeah. I went and I dug him up. Yeah.
Incredible.
You're full class all the way, my little Smalley.
I
It'll
love
be
it.
done.
So, G, you're a musical director. You are an arranger as well. A lot of people don't know that about you.
I've been known to arrange. I mostly compose, other than playing and singing. Yeah,
You
I
don't
compose
talk
for.
about that too much. Like,
I
I mean,
don't. No.
you know how I know about that? From
How
other
do you
people.
know?
From
Oh,
other people. They will
who's
tell me.
revealing my secrets?
Well, Darius has sung your praises on many occasions, as has John
Oh,
Bronston. I mean, people that I teach with or used to teach with, um, they would be like, "Oh, you know what? Did this arrangement, G. Enrique?" I was like, "Really?" So I
yeah,
didn't know that about you.
yeah. I used to
And
do more of that stuff in the back in the day, as they say.
yes, as they say, and you also musically direct shows. You have gone off on tours and done things like that. Are you
Yeah.
doing it? Is anything like that in your future?
Music directing, I don't know that there really is right now. I sort of steered away from that and sort of focus more now on like either performing or composing.
Okay.
Yeah. So as far as like the composing is goes, my writing partner Justin Anthony Long, who I believe you know as well.
I love
Um,
him. He's another
yeah,
teacher that used to be at the Male Performing Arts
yes,
Center.
that's how we met. That's how me and Justin met.
Oh
Was
my
when I was
god.
dubbing for Darius there, and we started writing musicals together.
Oh my god.
Um,
He's so
And
talented.
yeah, that must be my mom saying, "My biggest fan." My mom's watching tonight. Hi,
Oh, I
mom.
love it. Where is she? Wait, is she here? Let me see. That's great. I love that she's watching.
Yeah. So
So
anyway, me and Justin have been, we've written several musical shorts together,
yeah,
and we have two musical shorts that are licensable through MTI. One of them is called Cookie Soiree, a sweet new musical based on a true story, based on true events,
I love
and
it.
And then the next one that is licensable through MTI is called Mission to the Moon, a Tardigrade Tale, which is also based on true events. It's true.
Wow.
Yeah, we do all of these ripped from the headlines musical shorts.
I love it. I love it. And Justin's out in LA now, right?
Yeah, Justin's primarily in LA, and he comes back and forth between New York and LA, but he's doing a lot of performing, a lot of writing. He's got his own musical that he wrote called Big Ass Secret that's making the rounds and doing really well. It's a
Yeah.
great, beautiful story. It's so sweet. So I encourage everyone to check out Justin Anthony Long, and all the stuff that he does. He also has I believe it's a full length musical called Flophouse that he has written with two other folks, a brand new musical.
Wow.
So yeah, we're all
That's
keeping busy.
incredible. And
Yeah, and
you go
I
ahead.
was gonna say he and I are now working on our first full length musical. That's sort of in the beginning stages now. So we're really excited about that too.
Well, you know what? Maybe some night I'll have you both come on when
Oh,
if when
yeah,
you get closer to that, and we can promo all that
absolutely.
stuff. And you and I have worked together for many, many years at the Duplex.
It's true. Almost I've been there since 2008 and we've worked together since then. It just time
Yes.
flies.
And Brandy's. I've worked with you at Brandy's as well.
Yeah.
And you
hmm
also play what at Uncle Charlie's?
Every now and then I sub at Uncle Charlie's and I sub at the Monster Bar, but primarily I play at the Duplex every Sunday from 9 to 4.
That is amazing. And that is such a great night to stop in. Who do you work with on
Oh yeah,
Sundays?
it's a really fun time. I work with T-Rex and Tara O'Donnell.
Oh, beautiful. So
Yeah, we have a
that's
lot
a
of fun.
great night to stop in from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m., right? Or do you work
Yeah,
the day?
all night long
Okay.
until the end of time.
That's what we say at the Duplex. Until we're here until the end of time. That is
Yeah.
the shift that goes and goes and goes.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. But anyway, now Applets, that's your mom?
I think it probably is. I don't know. It could. I mean, I don't know what. I don't know actually what her
It says
secret
G's
YouTube
biggest
identity
fan
is.
is me.
I'm
Okay.
assuming that's
Well,
her.
usually our biggest fans are our moms. So that would make sense, right?
True. True.
Okay, so now this week, I saw you this week. We worked together, and I
Yeah,
said, wait a because Sam, who we're going to bring on in a minute, sent me this poster. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? It is your mom, she said.
I knew it. I knew it.
See, Secret's out, Mom. So Sam sent me this poster, and I was like, wait a minute. She's like, yeah, G and I are working on this project, and we really want to get the vote out. And I have been doing postcards to swing states for many, many years, and I just
Mhm.
think this is amazing. So Leo, if you are ready to bring our friend Sam on, Samantha Harmon, let's bring her on. There she is. Hi, Sam.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, honey. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
So, was that a cat I heard in the background?
Yes, I'm apparently a cat lady too.
You are a cat lady. Well, yesterday I had, and gee, so are you, right? You love cats too, right?
I am very allergic to cats. I don't dislike them, but I'm really allergic to them.
I
But
didn't
I am
know
more
that.
of a dog person myself.
Okay, well, I'm definitely a
I'm a
dog person.
childless dog lady without a dog too. So
Leo is a cat lady. There he is. And my nieces are huge cat people. So yesterday I had a shirt on that said Harris Waltz, and it had little cats on it. Anyway, so both of you are two people that we the three of us, and that includes Leo, the four of us, are very active politically, and we're all about democracy and doing the right thing and getting things out. So, Sam, tell me what your was this something you thought of, or gee, did you two of you get together and say we should do something? How did this come to be?
That's an
Sam, you want
excellent
to take it
question.
away?
Take it, Sam.
That's an excellent question. I have to say, I've for a number of years have been so inspired by G's activism and G's knowledge of all the candidates and everything going on. And while I try to stay on top of everything and always want to do something, I always feel as if I can't really commit to it. So what I wanted to do was something that I could commit to. So we said, let's get on a Zoom, and a day was born.
I love it. I love it. Now, did you both decide that it would be at the Stonewall, or whose idea was that?
I think that was G. I mean, it was a
yeah,
matter of getting space.
Right. And so I have done back in 2020 when, everything was online. I did a lot of piano bar fundraisers online and
Yeah, I
was able to
remember.
raise almost $10,000 for different Senate candidates throughout the United States that
Incredible.
year. And so they were always very successful, and was just a fun way for people to be able to get involved, and also to have fun to have fun donating money, which is always a good way to, get people to donate money, but also reminding people that there's no dollar amount that is too small to be able to support a candidate. Like whether it's $1, $5, $10, it doesn't matter. Every dollar counts. And so it was really a great way for people to, even if they could only donate $1, send $1 and make a song request and get people involved.
Oh, I love that.
And so, so Samantha had messaged about trying to get together to do something for this year. And so I kind of thought about it and was like, well, maybe we could try to do a piano bar fundraiser and postcard drive. And we initially thought maybe we'd do something kind of small. But then we both were starting to talk about it, and we were kind of like, well, what if we tried to do it somewhere?
Love that.
And so I said, okay, well, I'll get in touch with the Stonewall and see if that might be something that they would let us do in their space. And so I got in touch with them, and they said absolutely.
And the Stonewall, I'm looking at my phone too, because I have this runs on two different pages, and sometimes the names come up here and sometimes they come up on the other page. Well, what I love about this is, first of all, the Stonewall is so wonderful. Kurt, who is he runs so many of the things there. I mean, they have three owners, but Kurt is the kind of the hands-on guy, and Melissa Driscoll, and they really are so generous with that room, and they're always involved in wonderful fundraisers and things like that. So what I love about this now, and I want to bring Sam, the postcards thing. Now, this I love so much because I've been doing postcards to swing states probably now since 20, maybe 2020 or something. No,
Mhm.
maybe 2018, because I think it was midterms after the 2016 election. I was so freaked out that I was like, I got to
Right.
do something. And it was my friend Joe Cangelosi said, well, I do postcards to swing states, and I got involved, and I love this. And I've done it every cycle since. So midterms, presidential, midterms. So tell me what you're going to do, like what's going to happen there. Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday. If we show up, it's 4 to 7. What
So
can we
we are
expect?
going to have a veritable cornucopia of postcards. I went a little postcard crazy.
That's okay.
But it was so important to me to have something that people could do that
I love it.
there's so many people who think, well, I don't have any money and all anybody wants is for me to donate.
Right.
And that's not entirely true. We need to get the word out.
Right.
And everybody can write a postcard. And so show up. We'll have postcards. We'll have addresses. You write postcards. There's 2 drink minimum, but it doesn't have to be alcoholic.
Right.
You'll have your 2 drinks at least.
Yeah, whatever you want.
And you'll be able to request songs, but also write postcards.
Yeah,
And-
so I've seen a lot of these events, like online. They'll have pictures or postcards. The Swing State sends emails out all the time when you're involved with them, and it's just very moving because it's people from all across the country, all walks of life, that are simply you order the postcards, and they send you, whatever, different postcards, and then they send you a list of registered people. And all you're doing is reminding them to vote. So the beauty of it is, like, because I get these all the time from other, from New York, that says, don't forget this date is voting primary day. And I'm always so grateful, because lots of times I forget. I'm like, oh, I got to make a plan. And that's the whole thing. Make a plan. Whatever your plan is. If you're voting early, if you have mail-in ballots, some people are out of state. Like my niece is in the Air Force, but she's coming back home. And I think it's during that time. So she has to make a plan. Do I vote out of state? It's a lot of things, right? But what's great about doing it as a group is that you'll probably have tables set up, or people can be at the bar having their drink, whatever. And you have like a list of people and addresses, and we're all doing this together.
Exactly. And if somebody has been thinking, I want to do postcards, but I don't know what to write.
Yeah.
You've got a ton of creative people around you who can help you figure out what to write.
Yeah.
And we're using Postcards to Voters is the organization that I believe we're going through. And it's just reminding, make sure you're registered.
Yep, that's it.
Vote.
It's just reminding people.
Vote. And I think what's really important is for people to remember it's not just about the president. The president is incredibly important.
Yes.
Right? And everybody's talking about that. But if we don't get serious about down ballot candidates.
Well, what they mean by, like, there's a website that, a Facebook page that I go to all the time. It just says Defeat Trump 2024. And people take pictures of themselves doing something really cool, like canvassing or writing postcards or whatever. This is so great. And what they do is, hi, I'm so-and-so, or it's a couple or whatever. And we understand the assignment. That's the tagline. And what that means is you vote blue all the way down. So like Sam just said, it's not just for the president. It's senators, congressmen, everybody, councilmen, because you have to start local, right? That's the way to do it. So that's wonderful. Thank you for reminding us. It's blue all the way down. Leo, what were you going to say, honey? I'm so sorry. You're
muted, Leo. We can't hear your beautiful voice.
Maybe you should make it a 2 drink maximum. Because after a couple of drinks,
I know.
That's a possibility, but some of the best writers.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've been writing stuff as simple as thank you for being a voter. Please make a plan for the November 5th election. And then I always write something like, we have a democracy to save.
Mhm.
something simple like that. It doesn't have to be a lot. It can just be simple. Every vote counts. We have a democracy to save. That's what I
And,
always write.
and what's great about the postcards too is that there are a lot of times if somebody donates to a campaign or whatever, then they start getting a lot of text messages or emails about donate, 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 and it feels very impersonal. But
Yeah.
postcards have actually been shown through studies that they are very effective at getting people
Hmm.
to get out and vote because they are personal. They are a very
Yes.
personalized thing. Each one is unique to that unique individual voter.
Right.
Right.
And when it comes to anything political, people want to get more involved if they feel like there's a real personal connection to what they are being told to get involved with. Which is also
Absolutely.
great in terms of like Samantha and you both said, presidency is important, but you also have the Senate candidates,
Right.
congressional House candidates, and then you also have all of your local elections, and all politics is local. So it's really
Yes.
important to get that down ballot,
I,
thing
I
going.
And local is so important because that's
so
and
what's
important.
and that's
changing
also
what's
why we
going on in
decided,
schools. Go
yeah,
ahead.
absolutely, everything from school board, city council, like you said, Maria, your, as they say, your dog catcher, everything
Right.
that you
Right.
can vote for. But that's also why we thought it was really important with this fundraiser, not just to do a fundraiser for Harris Walls, because while they also need money, they've been breaking records for fundraising. And
Right.
so when you do donate, every donation is split evenly between the Harris Walls campaign and the DSCC, which is the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee.
I love
And
it.
so we have a lot of senatorial races this year that are going to be very close. It's very important that we hold the
Right.
Senate
Like razor
um,
thin. Yeah.
razor thin, specifically in Montana
Yeah.
and
John Tester.
yes, John Tester in Montana, and Ohio as well with Sherrod Brown. Those will be
Oh
very
my
close
God.
races. But
I happen to
Right.
have Ohio. The ones like I don't they give you you can choose they'll give you like a list,
yeah,
and I always choose the option that says wherever the need is greatest. And
yeah,
this year they sent me Ohio, and I didn't think much of it. I just thought, yes, I do whatever you send me. But that's right. That's a very Sherrod Brown. That's really
yes,
important. But you know what else
yeah,
is so amazing? I mean, that's JD Vance's state, right?
yes,
And also, look what just happened in Ohio with the Haitian community and how these poor people were wrongfully targeted with a lie. And
yeah,
all of a sudden now, I have my postcards and I'm like, wow, people are going to get these and it's going to mean even more now.
yeah.
Like there's so much. And Florida is in play.
Florida could be in play as well with presidency and the Senate.
The Senate, we have to get rid of Rick Scott. We
Yeah,
must.
absolutely. And they're saying Texas is in play. Liz Cheney endorsed Colin Allred in Texas, which was sort of a big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got to get rid of Ted Cruz too if we
Oh
can.
my
So it's
God.
so important to mobilize. And the next president could potentially appoint 3 Supreme Court
Right.
justices.
Yep.
And
And
this is something that was talked about in 2016, and unfortunately there were a lot of people who didn't quite take it as seriously as it was. And I think people now understand a lot more how important something like that is. You
right.
can, if there's one issue that you can try to persuade somebody who might be on the fence about even whether or not to vote, talking
Right.
about the Supreme Court and how without a Senate majority, it would be very difficult for a Democratic president to support a Supreme Court justice, let alone 2 or 3.
Right.
Um, so yeah, all of that down ballot stuff is really, really
Which is
important. And so
yeah.
what the DSCC does is they money that is donated to them, they use that money to support the most in need senatorial candidates.
I love
And
that.
so if you don't know, like, oh, I don't know if I should donate to this candidate or this candidate or this candidate, you can just donate to the DSCC
That's
and
so
they do
great.
that. And you can also donate if you want. Donate to the DCCC, which is for the House. It's a congressional
Yeah.
campaign committee,
Right.
and they do the same thing. They send that money to the candidates who really need it, and to the field offices that really need it, to support the candidates that have a real shot at winning. And as Jamie Harrison, the leader of the DNC, talks
I
about, it's
met
a
him
50
last
state.
year at
Oh my gosh,
Stonewall.
that's awesome!
He's so beautiful.
Yeah, and like
He
such an
kind of
amazing
glows.
leader.
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
He has such
Right.
good energy that you almost see it outside of him. He's lovely. He
Yeah.
talks to you. He looks you right in the eye. He thanks you. I couldn't. I thanked him a million times. He's so lovely.
Yeah, and he talked about when he was first elected as DNC chair, and he still talks about it, that we have a 50-state strategy. We're not leaving anybody behind. You
Yep.
know, it's all hands on deck everywhere, because we have a real chance to flip the House, and we have a chance to hold the Senate. So
Yep. And
important
Kamala
stuff.
came to the Stonewall Inn last year
Right.
in July. Maybe in
How
June.
exciting.
Was the day after Pride. Oh my God. She was so fabulous. This was way before anybody knew she was going to be the candidate. It was just, she was so sweet. Jamie Harrison was there. And she was just amazing. She looks you in the eye. She talks to you. She touches your hand. You're like, she's so real and so down to earth and lovely and really cares. It's incredible. And I can't say enough about it. Let me just take a second and shout out some of our friends that have checked in. Lynn Portish, genius, my friend and musical director. She has checked in. Love you guys. We love you too, Linny. Brian Johnson, my friend from high school. He is in law enforcement, and he's also a DJ. He's a great DJ. Yeah, I know. Isn't that cool? On the weekends, he DJs, but he's also in law enforcement. Hi, Maria. Missed you in Beantown, baby. Yeah, I was there last night. One of these days, we'll grab coffee. Yes, sir, we will. He's a great grandpa, too. A wonderful grandfather. He has little ones running around, and he's wonderful. Erin Willis says, Lynn is the best. Yes, she is. Everyone that has come on understands the importance of what you both just talked about. It's that voting down ballot. It's that it was Stoneham, where I went to high school, and I went to a few different schools along the way, but where I ended up graduating from, Brian was also there. We had such amazing local politicians, and we still do. Like, they are so involved in everything. Amazing. So I'm a big fan of that. And, even when you're in school, when you're in high school and all that stuff, get involved in politics at school. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's another thing that's important is remembering to educate yourself on what the government does and doesn't do, as opposed to listening to social media. I mean, social media is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but remind yourself of all the schoolhouse rock lessons.
Yes. Oh my God. I still have those songs in my head.
I'm just a bill.
Yeah, I'm just a bill. And if you don't know what that is, if you're like a new person that was like, what's that? You can just Google or YouTube Schoolhouse Rock. And they were these great kind of infomercials that would come on. Not so much infomercial. What would you call them? Like,
they were like educational
skits. Cartoons.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you would look Saturday morning cartoons, but you would learn about the government. Mm-hmm. And they did it with animation and great music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You were like, you don't forget them. I wish they did more of that in school now. I think it's just kind of gone by the wayside. And now it's just reality TV, sadly, in the last 10 years.
Right. Well, there's only so much schools can cover. And actually, speaking of the down ballot races, so many of the people that have gotten into school boards want to control what schools are teaching.
Right. And
that's why it's so important to vote down ballot.
Absolutely. And the sad thing about it is that those Moms for Liberty, or whatever the hell they call themselves, that's super right-wing Christian nationalist Heritage Foundation stuff. And what they want to do, along with like other groups that call themselves certain names that sound like it's freedom, it's not. They want to control the school board. That's how they started to get in with the school board. People aren't paying attention.
They've been playing the long game, and we need to.
We need.
And let us not forget that Trump's
Project 2025 calls for the elimination of the board of the Department of Education.
Yes,
exactly.
Can you imagine?
The complete elimination, sending all that stuff. It would be an absolute disaster.
And the Department of Justice and 50,000 civil servants. I mean, what in God's name? Yeah, we're going to be Russia if we don't vote. So. I don't want to hear what this is my biggest pet peeve. I don't like either candidate. Okay, this is the way I'm going to put it. That's fine. If you let's say you're starving, okay? And somebody puts two things in front of you and you don't like either one. You could not eat, but guess what? This time you'll never eat again. There is nothing else to eat. This
Yeah.
is it. So you either pick one and you know which one to pick, and then you can eat for the rest of the time and eat beautiful, delicious things and choose what you're going to eat, or you can never eat again. Do you understand that? That's really what it is. And this is a lot of young people that are saying this
Right.
kind of stuff. And I'm over it. I'm over it. It's not what you think it is. I'm 62 years old and it has never been like this. It's never been this dire. I don't
It comes
ever
from a
remember.
generation of parents saying, "It's okay, honey. No, that's all right. You don't have to."
Right. Well, you do have
That's
to.
where it comes from.
Yeah.
But you do have to, and it's a part
Yeah.
of being part of the society. And
Right.
until the world changes magically, whatever, however it's going to happen,
Yeah.
we got to all learn how to play our part, which is voting.
I mean, my dad's 88. He's a staunch Democrat. And I was just talking to him yesterday, and he said in his lifetime, he has never seen it like this. And they came from Italy to escape all that craziness after World War II. You know, that ripple effect of no jobs, just government controlling you, just crazy stuff, Mussolini and all that. So they understand fascism. Trust me. And and he said, I have never in my life seen the United States what it is right now. I'm so frightened. He's 88 and he's frightened. So, you know,
it's like Hillary Clinton just said the other day that, like, she said people, and I think that people still struggle with this, is that people should take Donald Trump seriously and literally. And I think that's the important part, literally, because he has said, like, on day one, he will be a dictator. And he has said that if you vote for him this time, you won't ever have to vote again. Like, he says these things and he means them. He has the capacity to do the things he is saying.
Of course. And then he has people that are connected to him, like the Heritage Foundation.
He's got people around him like that.
Oh, come on.
Well, and we're lucky that we're in New York, but I work in an industry and I got that have a lot of people voting for him. I go to work every day around a lot of people who are voting for him. It's scary to see the ways people will twist themselves up to convince themselves that he's okay.
Well, because basically what they have in common is they hate the same people. And that's all it is. They're what they come together on is hate. It's like, well, he hates these people and I hate these people. So great. They don't think the long game either. They don't think, well, this is going to happen or that's going to happen. They're just like, they think short term. Go ahead.
I think it's dishonesty too. I think that the people like, oh, he didn't pay his taxes. I don't want to pay my taxes. Oh, why should I have to? And that part of these people now is free to be out there and they say, well, I have my free speech. I can do whatever I want. But what about this Christianity decency that you're trying to come from them?
Oh no, they don't mean any of that. Please.
No, they don't, but they like to throw it out.
Yes, they're using it as a tool. There's nothing Christian. There's nothing Christ-like about Trump at all. And you know what the thing is, it's not whatever your religion is, that's your business, and I respect that. But this is the same. And Sam, you know, it's the same thing in any religion. It doesn't matter. People will use religion as a weapon, and I really resent that. But the beauty of spirituality, again, whatever religion you are, and I respect all religions because I think they all come from a good place. But people misuse them, like this Heritage Foundation, all these people. They have taken these evangelists, they've taken it to a different level. It's control now. That's why they said separation of church and state. Because that's what we ran away from, right? That's why we're the United States of America.
And even Pope Francis is a little liberal out there when he's told people to look at your conscience, vote for the lesser of two evils. Like, look inside yourself and see you're part of this and vote your conscience.
Yeah, but you know what? I usually love him, but that last statement really ruffled my feathers because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that goes down in that church. And they should really, and I went to Catholic school. There's a lot of stuff like, you know what? Mind yourself first. And I love that people. I think people should just get involved and say, look, there's good in the world and there's not so good in the world, because sometimes you gotta be careful with that stuff. But anyway, let's take a moment and do the food section of our show, which we always have.
Oh,
Now,
Maria, can I say one more thing before, just real quick?
anything you want.
I forgot to
honey.
mention at the very beginning, Happy National Voter Registration Day. That is
Yes.
today.
That's right.
So you can
It
check
is.
to see if you are registered to vote, because we have an election in 48 days. You can go to vote.gov, or the Democrats recently today came out with a text assistant. You can text vote or voto to 70888, and it will help you register to vote. It will help you find your voting location. You can talk to it. It's a little bot, and you can get all set up.
70888.
And the Google
708.
even had it on its logo today.
Really?
Just
So
click on the Google's logo.
National Voter Registration Day. I knew that because Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas made a beautiful little video. It was really powerful. I really like both of them anyway, but they said Happy Voter Registration Day, and then they endorsed Kamala, of course. And there it is, Leo, fabulous. And they talked about that. And I just think, listen, I couldn't wait to register to vote because my mother was, and my dad, they were so involved in politics because they were so frightened of where they came from, and they never wanted to go back there. And so I was that little kid that went up and down stairs with my mom and got little Italian ladies to register to vote. I mean, they were all citizens. So she was like, no, you have to. You don't understand. And I was that kid that went with my mom. So I couldn't wait to vote. And I think it's real. And Sam, your son, I'm sure is learned a lot from watching you. Right?
Well, I took him door knocking for Obama in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
And the poor kid, his first election was 2016.
Oh, wow.
We even, we had tickets to Stephen Colbert the next night. We were all set. And the world was a rough night.
Down. I mean, Hillary was on Rachel last night, and she's just amazing. She's so grounded, and I don't know how she does it, but she said some cool stuff like, take this really seriously, and she's very level-headed. I know, and so like sometimes bad things have to happen for people to wake up. Wake up, shake up, like this stuff is real. This is no joke. So, all right, let's do the food section of our show quickly. When I'm home, I can usually cook. I'm at Judy's, so I don't usually cook here because I'm a little messy. But, and Judy's not. But we're in Jersey, and Jersey has really good pizza. So we found this new place today called Grumpy's in Rutherford, New Jersey. We were out there. So what we got was this is a slice with ricotta, and it's got pepperoni, but it also has hot honey on it, which I know as an Italian, you would think like I'm not into any of that newfangled stuff, but I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan of this hot honey on pizza. I really love it. So it's really good. So I got a slice of that. Then I made a salad. So so this is kale, apples, beets, red onion, cranberries with a little bit of a lemon, kind of a lemon vinaigrette. So that's that because it's sweet enough. And then there's a beautiful Turkish bakery around the corner from here. And this is a custard with cocoa powder on it. So this is like a vanilla custard with cocoa powder on it. And it's kind of like a black and white. You know how they have black and white cookies in New York? This is kind of like a black and white custard. So can't wait to eat that. But so I always like to have food on the show. You know that. Now, you two, I'm going to ask you. Oh, I do want to shout out some of our friends that just popped on. Joseph Simmons, who is my friend, is watching. He's from England, but he is in town, I think, or tomorrow. He's going home tomorrow. So, Joe, we love you. And he is very political as well. So he is rooting for our girl. Marie Sullivan Baca, we went to high school together. I remember registering at Town Hall and got registered by Anna Mae Arsenal at the Stoneham Town Hall. That's right. We went to high school together. So it's very important to be involved. Get your kids involved. Listen, just like Sam said, her son wasn't old enough to vote, but she dragged him around canvassing. My mother dragged me around, and I had such pride, and I couldn't wait to vote. Get them involved, you know. Now, let me see. We have about 6 minutes left. Okay, so let's talk about Sunday again. Sam, why don't you start? Talk about Sunday, not this Sunday, this next Sunday, and what you're
Right.
doing.
I think it's the
29th,
right
right?
the 29th at 4 o'clock at the Stonewall. It's going to be fun, and we're going to write postcards, and we're going to sing. And well, I'm not going to sing, but G is going to sing. Other people are going to sing.
I love it.
It's going to be a raucous good time.
Yes, it is.
While getting work done.
Yep. So they're doing G. Now, what are you going to be playing? You're gonna play the piano, of course.
Yes. And so the way it will work is we will have a QR code, and we will have QR codes around the bar that you can scan that will take you to the Act Blue page to donate. And to make a request, you just send a donation. I will be keeping track of, and you can send a donation and then write it down, bring it up to me, sort of a deal.
Right.
And if you are not in New York and you're really upset that you can't come, I have some news for you. We will be live streaming the event on YouTube.
Oh my God, what?
And if you go to this site right here, actblue.com
actblue.com
/donate. Yeah.
actblue.com/donate.
/high notes. I can't do it. Mirror for Harris is what it is.
Donate backslash.
Yep.
High notes for Harris. Oh my God,
Yes.
this is amazing.
That's our Act Blue page, and on that page, there is a video at the very top that is the YouTube video where you can go and you can stream on YouTube. You can watch it on the donation page, or you can click on the video and it will take you to YouTube. And if you do that, you can donate, and then you can make a song request in the chat because we will be live streaming. And it's just another way that you can get involved if you're not in New York State or New York City.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Live streaming on YouTube.
Okay, you know what I want you to do, G? Can you at some point just post that whole thing on my Facebook page, and then I will share it to my show page as well.
Okay.
And whenever, and that way, or before, I'm also going to put the poster on there because I already did, but I'll put it again, and that way people can watch the live stream. That's going to be incredible. So, because a lot of people are out of town and they can't, you know. Nancy Pizzotti, also my friend from high school, says I registered in my new state, New Hampshire. See, because she moved to New Hampshire. Good for you, Nancy. And let me tell you something. Your vote is going to mean a little more in New Hampshire than it's going to mean in Massachusetts, because Massachusetts tends to go blue. New Hampshire can go either way. So that's great, Nancy. That's wonderful. All right, so let's do this. Let's go around. And Leo, come back and join us. Let's go around and leave our audience, our listeners, with a little something of hope that we can take with us today. So why don't we start with you, Sam? Just as something to inspire people. Okay, so here, I'll give you something. I'm the person that says, why bother? Why should I vote? What would you say to that person?
I would say, look at the alternative. So I get that there's a lot of people that don't love their options, that are maybe unhappy with some of the things, people have done. If you don't vote, we end up with the alternative. You're not showing anybody up.
Right.
And as I said before, if you don't vote, then you're not voting down ballot. You're not taking care of what's going on in your local community.
Right.
And that's important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. G, what do you think?
I think that Vice President Kamala Harris is very right when she says that everybody has power and everybody can express that power through their vote. And you should never let anybody take your power away from you.
Mm-hmm.
So your vote is your power. You can help decide where this country is going to go and the direction that you want it to head. is everything going to suddenly be perfect and wonderful? No, because it still takes work. But as she also says, we like hard work because hard work is good work.
Right.
So you should never let anybody take your power away from you. You should use your power and decide how what you think should happen in this country. And as Sam said, that also helps you to get involved with your local politics. You can make a difference with your vote.
Absolutely. Absolutely 100%. Your vote is your voice, and if you don't use it, you have no voice. Remember that. Don't throw away your don't. It's like Hamilton. They made a video today. It was really cute. I'm not going to go. What's the one about? Well, G knows better than anybody. My shot. I'm not going to do that one. So they talked, but they changed the words to "I'm not going to give away my vote," or "I'm not going to, blow my," whatever it was that they changed it to. But that's it. You have it. You have a vote. Don't just let it go, and just because you're mad, get out there and do something about it instead of just,
Exactly.
sitting in the corner doing nothing. And go and enjoy some wonderful music that she will provide. There's going to be great music. Sam's going to have the postcards. There's going to be great fellowship.
So much fun.
You're going to make new friends. Don't worry. And listen, don't worry if you have no one to go with.
Oh, exactly.
It's going to be tables of people writing postcards. You're going to make a bunch of new friends.
Not only that, Maria, as you know, I'll talk to anybody.
I know you will. You're very, I love the way you're very chatty. I love that about you. You always make new friends. So anyway, Leo, will you join us to say goodbye to everybody? I know Leo's very busy back there. Leo, do you want to throw something in to send to the voters out there?
Inform yourself.
Yeah.
Listen to the truth, deal with it, and vote. Capiche?
Yeah.
What was I watching? I texted you the other night. I was watching our family movie, Moonstruck. So,
my favorite movie of all time. Yeah, I know. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We come back every Tuesday. We're here from 9 to 10 Eastern. And Leo is out in California. We have Sam. You're in Brooklyn, right?
I'm in Brooklyn.
And you're in Queens, right, G?
I am also in Brooklyn.
Oh, I love that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So follow both of these wonderful people, and we will see you next Sunday from 4 to 7 at the Stonewall Inn. Leo, we love you. And if you can't make it, go and follow that link. We'll put it on our Facebook page. Let's be part of the solution and not the problem, okay? Let's do something we can be proud of. We love and appreciate you. Good night, and carry on the good work you are doing.